Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US tech stocks, and starting with the NASDAQ here on the daily chart. So we are looking at a wave 1 and then a wave 2 and 3, 4, 5 to move to the upside. There's two types of patterns in the stocks, and one of them is that we are pushing up for wave 1 here, and there's other markets that have pushed up for wave 1 already and have moved down. Now, some of them have moved down quite deeply, like Netflix has moved down quite a lot and is really sort of struggling to sort of move up. There's other ones such as Google that has moved up quite high here, but I still think that a lot of these, a handful of these stocks that we look at still need to have this move down here. So when this wave 2 comes down here, then this wave 2 will come down here, and then they'll push up together in their third waves at that point. So there's two different types of patterns. So now, if I've made any mistakes, some of the stocks that have been down here quite low, well, they will, they won't take out the tops here straight away. They'll just have smaller corrections here and then a move down in line with this wave 2 pulling back. So there's a variety of stocks that are in this space between this top and this low here. So the only mistakes that I could be making is some of the stocks that I think that may have a wave B up here. They indeed may just make a new high here as a wave 1 here. But yeah, so that's the only sort of mistake. So we'll go through those, but basically the wave 2s will either be here or here. So let's go in and have a look at which ones they are. Let me just clean up my mess here, and starting with Apple. So with Apple here, we're clearly going up for, we've got 5 waves moving up here for wave 1, and then we'll have wave 2 coming back, and then 3, 4, 5. So in a way, this whole pattern here, this 20,000 ticks, is pretty much like the daily chart. So across the 200 here, really we're looking at a sort of a classic trading levels pattern where we have the arrival, the reaction, and it is normally wave 3 here and wave 4 here, and then we look for 5 waves up here. And in this 5 waves here, we're looking at just wave 1 at the moment. It'll be 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then we'll have this pullback here for wave 2, and then we can push up here again after that's completed. So yeah, well, sort of that's it in a bit of a nutshell. So we can go in here and check out this particular pattern in here. So we'll go from 20,000 ticks down to 1,000 ticks. And this will be heading up to wave 1 here. So we've got wave 1 and 2, 1 and 2 here. We'll go up for 3. That may not be that length there, but we'll see. I mean, we should see something, wave 3 pretty much hit on that, and wave 4 and wave 5 of that nature. And then we'll see a pullback from that point. So on the 100 ticks, just going in there a bit smaller to drill in on this area here, I thought you could trade this up if you wanted to. So from this blue wave 4 here, we're counting up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, A, B, C for 2, 1 here, A, B, and C for 2 here. So you can see that it's sort of building here. So that would be the the space that we need to get to at this point. So you could probably take part profit here, and then the rest of it a little bit higher if you wanted to, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But if you wanted something to trade, then this one here is already, it's in the right place for everything that it needs, where it needs to be. And moving on to Amazon here, we'll also be pushing up for a wave 1 here in this case, and then a wave 2 and 3, 4, 5 over here for this. And the bigger picture from the low here is 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 up here for wave 1, and then back for wave 2 here. And the reason, there will be a lot of markets like Nvidia that will make new highs above its, all-time highs over here, so to speak. There'll be markets like that. But if you think about it a little bit, because like what you'll see with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ when we have these 5 waves up here, or if they take out the top here, let's say in a lot of stocks, well then a lot of Elliott people will think that this is wave 3 up here and wave 4 here, and then wave 5 up here for that. Do you know what I mean? Then this will be the top. But if a lot of stocks have got 5 waves up here that are pretty clear, and this is pretty damn clear, this like 1, 2, 3, 4, coming up for 5 here, it's pretty clear. So if we get 5 waves here, that means after a correction we'll get another 5 here, and this third wave here really needs to be longer than the first wave here. So it's quite a massive bull run we're going into here. So just anyway, be mindful of that. The people that call the highs in, if in the S&P and the NASDAQ call this as wave 5 here, sure, they'll be right in their short term of seeing this pullback here, but we'll be looking to be bullish in that case. Anyway, this is 20,000 ticks. We'll just go to 1,000 ticks. And I have to say, this from this wave 4 here, there's different ways to count all of this here. It's a little bit messy, but to me it makes a nice wave 3 here with an A wave here and a B wave here and a C wave here. There is overlap in the C wave, so what you could do here is you could also put wave 4 over here as well, as an A, B, C, D and E over here. So there's a few different ways to look at this. I wouldn't worry about it too much. What we'll do is we know that it's heading up into wave 1, and we'll just tie it into the rest of the markets as such, So from 1,000 ticks down into 100 ticks here. So this is just bringing a bit more data here. So yeah, we could put wave 4 over here. But anyway, I've got it like this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here because it's the same count as Apple, and this particular count, as weird as it is, ties into for the timing of the Apple count going into this wave 3 here. So day traders can also be long in this particular market as well. I mean, there's not a lot of space in here, and when you're trading around large numbers, it attracts large orders, so best to trade less. And we'll be thinking of group 1, group 2 here in this, where it is now getting support in here. So it's going to be, could be a bit rough in this area, but that's where we are for Amazon. And see, Nvidia's taking out, will take out its highs over here, but we won't be calling it wave 5 of 5. We'll still call it wave 1 up here. Now you can see that this market this is one of these stocks that has pulled right down. Now it may, we may need to adjust it to wave 1 over here, but this movement down here is below 50% from the low here, so it's kind of likely that this is in this place here. And I'm thinking that we'll need to go up here and then back down here as wave 2, and then push up for wave 3. Now I could be wrong, we have wave 2 already in place here, or unless it screams up here. It looks like it wants to move up here, but you can always get a double bounce in these things, so that indicators are not, they just help you sort of double check that you're in the right direction, so to speak. So we could have wave 2 in here, but having wave 2 in here would put us too far in front of the markets. So I've got to tie them all in, because we've got to, when this third wave happens in the market, we need to tie all the markets that have basically got counts like this, tie them all in together, because they'll all top together, and then they'll have their fourth waves together, and then they'll have their fifth waves to top here, and then they'll all turn pretty much the same. So yeah, we just keep sort of herding them into play. So on the 1,000 tick chart here, as I mentioned, we could have it as wave 2 here. There is a good case. There's a little bit messy in here, but there's a good case for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down here as well. And we're looking for an A and a B and a C wave up, up into supply zone up here, and then wave 2 down here. So we'll need Apple to also top out. So we'd want this to turn first before you know, Apple probably top out last or something, and Amazon, But anyway, I'll keep an eye on it. But look, I could make a mistake, and we could go further up here. But I'll let you know when that mistake is actually occurring in real time, because it's quite an easy pattern to track. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for the A wave. So we've got an A wave here coming down from the top, an A wave here, and then a B wave, and then a C wave here. So in this case here, we can look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we talked about going long in here, but if you're long, that's good. You probably need to be looking to take some money off the table shortly, so that can go there, and it's not a lot of a push up here for this really. This will be 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5. So getting somewhere up here, you'd want to take some profit at this point. But anything sort of above this here, then we can look a bit more bullish at that point. Okay, so we'll get past this 5, 3, 5 structure as a corrective pattern, and then we'll start to look at wave 2 to come down here. And as I mentioned last week, it's this, we can toy around with very short-term trades, but this is the one that we want here, and that's the one that we'll be looking for. So that's Nvidia, and then we move over to Meta platforms, and it's a little bit the same as Nvidia as well. We're also looking at a correction up here, and then a pullback here for wave 2, and then a push up through to here. So I've got an alternative wave 2 sitting here, but once again we've got this 3, 4, 5 up here. Even if I was wrong, let's just say that I was wrong. If this pushed up and made a new high above here, we would have 5 waves up there. So anything above the 5 waves, we can look to trade long at that point, and we will. So I'll know what to do, when to do it, but we just need more price action to come into play. And we just need to watch out for that wave 2 playing out in here. So we've been looking at this as the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave down here. So there's quite a lot of these. And like I said, I could easily, at the beginning of the video, I said I could quite easily make a mistake, and we could actually go up here further. But if we do have, from this low here, if we do have a 5-wave structure up here, well, it's going to have a correction anyway. It'll have an ABC correction, basically speaking, and then we can just go long above that. So I do need this to play out, because I wouldn't want to send you long here and then we get this move down, down here, and we get cleaned out, and then it takes off. That's quite often the case. For this to pull back this deep here as a wave 4 to go to a wave 5 up here to put wave 1 over here or something like that, it's a little bit much. It's pulled back down past the 40%. So it's better off seen as an A and a B and a C wave here for this. So on the 1000 ticks to 100 ticks, we're counting it up as a B wave. So last week we were looking at it as an A wave and a B wave here, and then 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Now I can see that this sideways price action in here is a good wave 4 at this point, but I can't get 5 waves to that point. So I've got 5 waves in here, then I've got a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, and then correction here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So I have to go 4 and 5 at this point to get that 3, 4, and 5 up here. So I'm still looking at this being some type of move up here to finish at this point at that stage. So it does take us quite high here. So it's not going to go far into this supply zone up here. All of this is going to be, all this is going to act as, a strong resistance over here for this. So it's, even if you went long here, you'd get a bit trapped. So we would need this trend here up here. If we're going to count 5 waves up here, like wave 1 here and wave 2 over here, and then we'd look at this as wave 3, 4, and then 5, and then we would need to see an ABC pattern back after that, you know. So it's pointless going long into supply here. It's just not the right thing to do. Okay, so that's that, and then we come over to Nvidia, sort of Netflix, and you can see here that there's just no way that that we're going to get up here for this. This is only on 100 ticks, by the way, but it's not going to get, it's not going to go far. So, this is a good case for, this, and this, and this, and then this. So this is kind of an extreme case of this ABC pattern here. And then we come over to Google. And Google's another one that we've had wave one in here, and it has moved up quite high here, and I could easily make a mistake and take that top out there. But there is a good case for 5 waves down here. So that's what we'll stay with for the time being. For this to come down. Now, if this produces 5 waves up here as such, then yeah, we will look to go long on some sort of ABC correction over here for that. Let's just go into, and this counts quite nice too as 1 and 2 here, and it'll all the way up for 3, 4, and going up for wave 5 here, and 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should see, we have been seeing a bullish run into Christmas, this one here, and we should continue to see that that Santa run. There'll only be this wave 2 that holds it back a little bit. Let's just go to the 1000 ticks here. So yeah, this is what we're looking at here, with basically down to here and then up at that point. See, this pulled back to its 61.8%. I can get an ABC pattern out of this as well. I can do that. So, so it's possible for this to continue to the upside here. You might think this looks like sort of a little 5 waves here, but looking at it on this chart here, we can see that I suppose we could look at it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up here. But this is definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. And this little move in here as well is giving us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we've actually got an impulse wave down here, and this is actually corrective. So yeah, look, it can, it could pop up like this and then make its way down at that point, So it's slightly different on the other chart here. And it makes a nice, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, a little bit messy in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the 3rd wave here, and 4th and 5th. So a reasonable 5 wave structure down here for that. It's just that it's gone quite high up here, and we'll just need to sort of play that. Just let it play itself out a little bit. So from 1000 ticks into 100 ticks. So we've got it as an A and a B and a C wave here. As I mentioned, we can, in this particular instance, this charting is a little bit different from the other one. We could look at it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then here as a this little move here is corrective. So we could see this, and then up from that point, but we'll look to go long at that point over here for that, if that's going to be the case. But I do need this to, I know it was going to go far into this top area through here, so we'll just allow it to play out a little bit further. It's not the best timing to go long at the moment. And Microsoft's a little bit the same as well. We can squeeze out 5 waves here for an A wave, and then an ABC for the B wave here, and then down for the C wave here. So we've got a bit more room to go to the upside here. So yeah, in a bit of a nutshell, a lot of markets that we've just been looking at have got wave 1 over here, but Amazon and Apple have got their wave 1s coming in over here for that. So their wave 2s, when these pull back here, let's say, the Apple's pullback will be quite small, I would imagine. So let's just go to 100 ticks here, and this is the A wave down the bottom here from this move down here, and then the A, the B, and the C wave moving up here. So yeah, it's a little bit rough and ready, but I think that we had this as 1 and 2 last time we spoke, and we're looking for this wave 2, so we've got some sort of expanded flat correction here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for third, fourth, and yeah, somewhere in here we've got this here, so there's a little bit more to the upside here for this before it turns lower. But we'll just keep an eye on them, you know, but this is where we're looking down here for this. This is where we'll pick it up. And like I said, you know, if I've made a mistake and they're going to continue to move up here, some of these, then we'll have to pick them up at the right time. So, and the right time is not going into these old highs here. It's after that battle has completed itself, you know, because this will be in here and it'll be all sorts of toppiness in here, and then it'll make its move here, and then we can pick it up once the battle's been, you know, done and it's ready to have another crack at the front line, so to speak. So just not ready, it's not good to go long in those spaces. Tesla is another one that's just been, you know, spent a lot of time across this top area here, and also a lot of time in here as well. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for an A wave or wave 1, a B and 2. Just the bigger picture is just a bit weird for this. So we'll see how it plays out, but we'll certainly look to be going long over here for this. This will take us up here somewhere. Yeah, but this needs to play out here a little bit further. Once again, there's a bit of a case for 5 waves down here. I know this 5 waves down here could be suited to, you know, over here I could put this wave 4 over here and have this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and also put wave 1 over here. But even if wave 1 was over here, we're still not going to go long here. Do you know what I mean? We'd still need to get this ABC pattern coming back again. So there's different ways to look at this. I understand that, but it's still, whichever way it is, it still doesn't, it's not the right thing to do to go long here just yet on this. If, you know, if I made a mistake here, then we would still wait for that first high above the level here, wherever that may come to, and we could look at it, you know, our normal long trade setup would be this or this here above those levels. So we would do that. You know, we have to know at what point we're wrong and what we need to do about it. And that's how we'd treat that there, but we're just not there yet for that. Alrighty, so basically markets, looking at the NASDAQ as a moving average of what's going on in the market, is that we should be pushing up higher and then we're going to pull back. So our aim is to pick up this pullback over here. We need this trend here, you know, rebalanced. Yeah, so that's it really. So let's just be a little bit patient. So day traders can go long. Swing traders better off. Swing traders and trend traders will need to wait this out further. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.